Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Agent Academy. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle or MP3 player. And now, welcome to the Agent Academy.
Downloading latest intel package. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you.
Agent Academy episode number 27, recorded on July 9th, 2018. I'm Agent Goonie Guy.
I'm Agent Soho.
And today we're going to do a little bit shorter of a show, getting back on the horse. Is that what they call it?
We're getting back into the capsule.
So it may be only like a 30-minute show or so. So stick with us, and we'll do a show and stuff. So how is your weeks, Mr. Agent Soho?
Well, they've been packed with all kinds of goodies. I was going to mention something that I saw today. So today I went to Chipotle. And I was ordering, right next to me, standing right next to me. I heard, hey, Soho? And I'm like, what? I look over, it's Abadar. I'm like, what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we're just chatting for a minute, and I hadn't seen him in forever. He grew a beard. It looks really, actually pretty fantastic. So
did you rub it?
No, I was like, I love the beard. He's like, thanks, man. I just grew it about 6 months ago. Anyway, we were chatting about the fact that Niantic is kind of telling us like when the launch of Ingress Prime is, and if you don't know, then of course we'll talk about that totally later in the show. But we're excited about the animation. We chatted about that a little bit too. And this isn't even like a lunch portal or something. I just ran into him. I just thought it was interesting because I hadn't seen him in probably over a year, maybe two. I don't know. Outside the scanner, of course. If you don't know, he's resistance, and he's level 16, and he just tears up the city all the time. So we're always.
I don't know if I'd say that. He pretty much stays in one area.
Yeah, he kind of owns the.
I think he's kind of scared to move out of Hampton Cove.
Yeah, he's scared. Yeah. But anyway, so that was cool. So, what you been up to?
I got level 14, so that's my
14
weeks.
Holy crap! So was it like at the end of like 13? Were you just like barreling toward? Were you doing all kinds of crazy stuff?
No, not really. I mean, just due to some other things that kind of been going on, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. I was just kind of playing and just doing, and it just. I mean, I saw, I knew it was going to happen, any time now. I mean,
right.
But I wasn't really pushing for it so much. In general, I am just trying to. Goal is to get to 15 by the end of November when they have the double AP and things like that. So.
Oh yeah.
Just working towards that, and it just happened, so it was cool to see it happen.
Nice. Well, grats. That's awesome.
Thanks.
I'm still lowly 13. You passed me up.
I'm going to lap you.
I know.
I'll be 28, 26 before you know it.
Oh, my.
So yeah, that's... our weeks, and let's move on into
situation report.
Well then, sit rep in the flesh.
And this week it's all Prime, leading up to Prime. We're getting there. Everybody's farming, getting gear, getting ready for the showdown that will be happening, which is Cassandra Prime. And one of the things they have announced about this set of anomalies are the actors, or the I don't know what to call them, the the Ingress celebrities, the notables. Like, yeah, you don't really want to call them actors because you don't want to leave the world of Ingress, but people. There's notable people in the, like, I don't, what would you call them?
Let's see, I had a term. It's like the key personalities. Is that weird? Personalities.
Still seems like,
Yeah, I don't know.
like, how do you keep it within, character, right?
They're like NPCs.
Right. But, I don't know.
No. But if you know and you're listening to the show, let us know. So we can call them that from now on.
But so anyway, we have Carrie Campbell, who I thought was dead. I need to go back and read the lore on this one, but she'll be at San Diego, California, Anomaly, and Oliver Linton Wolf. I assume the new one will be in Warsaw, Poland, and Hank Johnson will be in Sapporo, Japan.
Nice.
So there you go, VIPs. I like that. Graham Slover.
Yeah, VIP. Ingress VIPs. We'll run with that
Ingress,
for now
yes.
until something better comes along.
VIPips. Very important Ingress persons. Persons of import.
Mm-hmm.
POIs. It just has a ring to it, doesn't it?
Very Ingress people.
And so also if you attend any of those anomalies, you will get their bio card, I believe, in the rare or very rare supporter kits. But you'll get, if you're in Sapporo, Japan, you'll get Hank Johnson's, et cetera, et cetera. So,
Yeah.
Do that.
Do it.
Do it to it.
And let's see. The call. There's a call for the embedded reporters for Cassandra Prime. So once upon a time, I wanted to be an embedded reporter, and I didn't make the cut.
Uh-oh.
So
you just said, I'm going to report on it anyway. Do videos.
Right? So I was like, I was totally going to do it anyway. Just going to end up on my channel instead of someone else's. But doesn't mean you shouldn't try to and apply, and because they're looking. And you guys could probably do a better job than I could anyway. So do it, apply. And you can apply on, you know what? Go to agentacademypodcast.com. Go to our news section. That's where we're reading all these things from. You can apply right there. And follow along with the news.
With the news. The news. And we've been kind of light on the news this week. We're getting back into it. We'll get caught up and get everything relevant, Ingress related, so you won't miss out on a thing, and you don't have to follow like 20 billion things and search for the news. You can just go to agentacademypodcast.com and find it there. So also announced, this was the big one. There was an article in Variety that announced the release date of Ingress, the animation.
Yes.
Which not only is it going to be released in October, it's going to be released on Netflix.
Man, Netflix has got all the good stuff. Like, HBO and Showtime, these guys have been around forever. But Netflix just came up and was like, you know what? Boom, y'all. Just wipe
This is how you do it.
Pretty much. And they're spending billions of dollars. And every year our Netflix bill goes up slightly. But I say it's worth it until we're paying like $120 like we are with Amazon Prime right now.
How much would you pay for Netflix? Top out. They said, you know what? The $9.99 is just not working for us. We're going to go to $49.99.
Right.
A month.
So I think for me, the top, just for me personally, would probably be about $30. I know it sounds like a lot, but I watch it like anytime I watch TV, it's Netflix. I don't do cable. I don't do anything else. I do Hulu too, but Netflix is really it for me. When I'm bored and I want to surf TV, I surf Netflix. Like that's my go-to.
I don't know if I could do it. I would turn into the I will turn on Netflix for a month, binge all the stuff that I can only see on Netflix, and then turn it off.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like But yeah, I think 15. I think 15's my
15. Yeah,
cap for them. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're paying for like cable and you have all this other stuff, especially like DVR. I know you're always big into DVRs and stuff, so you know, or the TiVo, the old classic TiVo. Do you still have a TiVo?
I have one in my garage, but I actually threw like 5 of them away, like years and years worth of TiVos, because I used to love TiVo, but they just didn't. They didn't change with the times, and it was just like I'm not going to pay a TiVo subscription just to record stuff that's built into every other system in the world. It just doesn't make sense. So who knows?
True.
Maybe they'll catch back up and add some new features.
Yeah.
And get Ingress Prime. Maybe they'll start showing their own videos.
Right.
The little TiVo guy walking across the screen. How many people don't even know what TiVo is at this point, because it's so like, I don't know, what was that? Early
2000s? Yeah.
Maybe? Something like that.
But
it went the way of the beeper.
it went the way of what's that stupid Domino's guy?
AOL. The Noid?
Yeah.
You gotta avoid the Noid.
The Noid, right? Anyway, so back to Ingress. Super excited for the animation to come out. This is by Animation Studio Crafter. Under the direction of noted computer graphics artist Yui Sakuragi. Sorry, I even tried to do that, but I totally failed.
Perfect. He rehearsed that for like 20 minutes for the show.
Right.
I think it shows. It really paid off, that extra hard work there.
But I was gonna say the art style looks cool. It's very anime, but to me, kind of like the dude, the green, the Enlightened guy, kind of looks like. Do you ever see Cowboy Bebop back in the 90s, early 2000s? I don't know. It's been a while.
No, I know the name, but I never actually watched it.
Oh, okay. It was a really cool series. I'm not a huge anime fan, but I loved Cowboy Bebop. There's a couple of series that I really liked, but this was back in the 90s, late 90s probably. Anyway, reminds me of that, and it kind of is nostalgic, so like I can't wait just because it kind of reminds me of that too. But also, of course, it's Ingress, and it's going to get really cool, like really, I don't know, like agenty and like high tech and stuff. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like Mission Impossible,
like storyline, right? Like the storyline, I feel like it'll be easier to follow instead of having to like find this info from this website and then this website, and then you try to kind of like piece it together with what's coming out from the anomaly. And it's like, you know what? That's a lot of work. Let's spoon feed it to me in an anime. That's what I need. Right. And they're doing it. They listened. And I wouldn't think Netflix would be like, hey, yeah, put your crappy anime on our Netflix platform. So I feel like it's got to be pretty good content, if not great content. It'll be also, I mean, it's like I listened to the book, Niantic Labs book, and it's probably not like, you wouldn't go, this is like a #1, New York Times bestseller book, but it was a lot better than a lot of other books that I've listened to, just because it was something that I loved and liked hearing the information. So I can't wait for this. We're talking about doing like a live viewing. Like, I don't know what the rules are about, like, we can't really stream it, but we can like stream, and this may sound weird, but stream us watching it and maybe talking about it. Maybe, I don't know if we should pause it and talk about anything, but we can all watch it together basically. And so we can all get in the chat room, and there's that Netflix, like, I think where you all watch it at the same time kind of thing. Yeah, there's some website or something. Yeah, where you can sync it. And you can watch it with groups or something. I've never tried it, but it's, I don't know. We'll find it. We'll Google it. But would that be something interesting? I don't know. I think it would be super fun. Might like sit back with some beers and watch it all or something. I don't know. So yeah, look forward to that. And then Dragons for Lunch in chat had a good question. Do we expect any passcodes hidden in there? What do you think? Oh, I didn't think about that. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Shoot, yeah, man. We're going to have to be looking at every frame. That'd be cool. Of course, Reddit, people will find out probably like right away and be like, dude, everybody. But if we're one of the first people to watch this, maybe we can spot it first and
we'll be the ones to tell everybody about it. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I was hanging out with Giant Fox, Agent Giant Fox, a few days ago, and his sons actually had a good question, like, do we think we'll see agents in the show? Like,
Yeah.
you know, will we see Agent Giant Fox in there? You know, so Agent Soho. I mean, they're not going to put Agent Goonie Guy, of course, because it's just too silly out of the, you know, it wouldn't fit. But like some, you know,
Red Solo Cup.
some of the Vanguards, you know, things like that. See some of people who have done some really cool and awesome things throughout Ingress history. Like, wouldn't it be cool to see them in there as a character?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Shoot, yeah, I would love to see Red Solo Cup, or at least a couple of Easter eggs, you know, just like show us a cup somewhere, like someone's drinking out of it. Just that.
They're all using
cool.
Red Solo Cups
Yeah,
to drink out of.
Totally cool. Nice.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Speaking of, I don't know if there's something else we'll go back to, but Andrew, AMA, it's they've already turned off the comments, or he's already turned off the comments, so expect the answers, you know, upcoming in the next week or so for the AMA. And you can go check out the AMA and see what people are asking to get a general idea of what you can expect. You know, if you go read all the questions and they're all horrible questions, well, there's no reason to go back and read the answers, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's some awesome questions there, so stay tuned for that.
Nothing but awesome questions. I'm sure of it.
And also in the Variety article, there was another interesting comment that Hank Johnson made, was that Ingress Prime should be released to coincide with the release of the anime. The anime. I'm stroking
Animation. Well, you know, in the 90s they called it Japanimation. And then somewhere it just started becoming the word anime instead. So you could call it something like in between the two.
I'll go with anime.
Okay.
I was just almost going to say animation, and I stopped, and so it sounded weird in my head, and then I just started saying it over and over. I'm awkward. Leave me alone. It's okay. But it did say that it's going to be around that time. So it may not be in October. It may be near it. Something may hold it up. But that is the kind of scheduled release time, if you believe Variety. Like, maybe they don't really interview him. You know, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know the truth.
Yeah, we don't have any proof.
It's just words on a page.
Nice.
Nice. So
that's it for sit rep. Isn't it?
The capsule.
What's in the capsule? 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 What's in the capsule?
weird bumper.
I got a little weird at the end there.
Did get a little weird. That's okay.
So this, for some reason, I don't have anything in the capsule.
What? Your capsule's empty?
Yeah, what? I don't. That's weird.
We kind of got the show notes together pretty quick, so
Yeah.
you'll just have to steal one of these listeners' ideas and just say it's yours, and then go, "Oh, look, they have the
Yeah.
same idea as you."
Or if I think of something and it's going to be totally crap, but I'll let you know.
Well, I've got kind of 3 ideas, so I don't know if you want one of those,
Oh,
or if we should save them. It all kind of goes together, though.
Okay.
So, but I'm thinking in Prime, what I thought would be cool, and it kind of goes with, like, if they, add levels and this can increase, but if they added item slots, so, like, you have your character, and it'd be cool to, like, be able to, change the look of your character if you wanted to, and then you had, like, item slots, so you had, like, different clothing, maybe.
Oh,
I don't know if they would
chest slot and gloves and like a RPG?
Yeah, an arm. You could have like headband, glasses, earphones, some different kind of tech. Like, I don't know if they'd want to have guns in it, but, you know, a blaster or, you know, like, but you would build this stuff. Maybe you would find it on like a really rare portal that, you know, someone hasn't hacked in like a year, and you hack it and something rare. Or maybe if they put in the boss mobs like we've talked about in there with this third kind of faction that we may have to team up to fight against. More in the anime. You'll learn about that. It's going to be interesting. But so then also you could craft these with by a new item that you could, instead of just recycling for XM, you could recycle into like XM blocks or some kind of XM something that now you can use to then craft items with. And they could be bursters or whatever, but maybe they would be pieces that then you could put together to make other items. XM infused sweater or something, right?
Sweater, tacky sweater.
And then they
Christmas
could
sweater.
have benefits to it, you know, plus something to attack, you know, plus something to hacking or increase your mod time. You know, they could do like infinite amount of things. So
Right.
stuffs.
So yeah, so like I like that. So but when would anybody see your avatar and all your fancy gear?
Like when they click on your profile, right?
Oh, okay. So it's
Because
just
it's
like
gonna be an
you,
easier
it's
way
like-
to check out
Oh.
folks.
So would it be weird to then have like your avatar out on the street walking around, like being able to see other players?
I
Support.
think
Netflix Chrome app called Showgoers.
I think too.
oh, that was crazy. What just happened? We had like audio pop up. Oh, you can't hear that, but it someone sent a super chat with the app name. Awesome.
Lombardo
Thank you.
sent two also earlier and said just staying. What's up and supporting the cast.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Graham said support Netflix Chrome app called Showgoers. That's the one. Thanks, man. Okay, Showgoers. That's what we need to do, and we'll get the group together. We'll all Netflix all together. Hopefully, everybody has Netflix.
Yeah, Next Suitin also subscribed for the second month in a row. So
yeah.
awesome. We'll get all those out now. So appreciate that. But I think they would be worried about like stalking. Like if you could see agents on the map, you could just follow them around.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's a little too weird. Like I don't know. Like I want it to somehow be like an MMO, like where you're. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. But other than all that weirdness, I think I like the idea because like right now what we have like a little icon that we can dress up with a couple different colors and shapes.
Right.
With glyph shapes, I guess. I change mine every now and then. Do you ever change yours?
I don't. I keep it as Chaos because that was
Oh.
the name I wanted, and that was my old handle. But I didn't want to do like Chaos with like all these weird characters, so I didn't go with Chaos in this. So I just used the symbol Chaos.
Oh, okay.
That was an easy one to start remembering when it was glyph hacking too. So,
All right.
but I think there's other places that they could do something with avatars like that. I mean, they've got this, you know, all these new companies that they're buying that do these community things. They're talking about, you know, if Google Plus kind of goes away, you know, are they going to do their own system? And Andrew wanted to know, like, would people use something like that? And that'd be a perfect place to put avatars and these profiles, just like World of Warcraft does it, right? Where you can go see someone's character and see all their equipment and all their achievements and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be cool and a place to see all this.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that. Hopefully that is something we get. So, we have just a couple of capsule scraps. Maybe that's what we call it from now on. Well, we have some capsule scraps. Let's put them together. And the first one's from Gunsmith. So, you guys complain about the speed lock quite a bit. So, I figured maybe I could clear it up a bit. Niantic is trying to eliminate driving and ingressing and encourage people to be more active. It locks out your scanner if you perform more than one action without stopping and traveling above a certain speed. The theory is this speed is around 30 miles an hour, but it's up for debate. I have been speed locked on my bike before, so who knows? How to get around it? Hey, here, listen up on this part. The way I get around the speed lock is by only performing one action while driving over that speed. As long as you come to a complete stop at some point, like a red light, before performing the next action while moving, the speed lock won't engage. If you do not stop at some point between the two actions and are traveling above the speed, you'll have to wait for the speed lock to engage again. Try it. That's pretty cool. So one action. So like you drive by, quick hack, right? Bing. And then wait for a stop. And then maybe like a recharge.
Yeah, I just don't know if this is accurate. I think this falls under one of those like theories and kind of trying to figure out exactly how it works. And I don't think anybody actually knows exactly how it works. But I mean, just under my own like everyday kind of play and seeing. I mean, to me it feels almost like like Mario Kart, right? Mm-hmm. You can race against the invisible racer dude after you go, and you're basically racing yourself, trying to get a better time. So you see them going. Yeah. I feel like it's more of that's going on. So when you kind of hack that first portal, Ingress knows like where you are and goes, okay, now we know, and we can measure between here and the next portal. You're definitely going over the speed limit, and so we're not going to let you hack. Because I've had where you do that and you still come below the speed limit and stop and can't hack, and you just can't do anything. Like even after you stop completely, you're just sitting there and like I can't do anything for however long it takes to hack. So I think it's almost like that car is catching up to you, and when it gets to you, it's like, okay, now you're at the place where you should be if you were driving at 35-ish miles per hour. Mm-hmm. So I do think there's something with them giving you kind of like that first hack for free, but I don't think stopping completely always like refreshes it. I think it's if you stop long enough that you catch up to where you would have been going under that speed cap, then you can do it again, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you get up faster and go too far past that point, then no joy. And I don't know if it's like as a bird flies or if it's as I think it is actually. I think so. If like you cut right or something, you'll be to that other portal in more of the appropriate time, like because if it measures as a bird flies to the next location and not the roadway. Right?
Yeah.
Because they don't actually know how fast you're going because you're going that fast. They know you're going that fast because they're measuring between two distances, and that time should be whatever, and that's how they get your speed, right? Mm-hmm. Is that true? Am I making stuff up there?
I mean, it's a technique. I don't know if they're using that technique. I don't know if there's any way to really tell. But I don't know. That's something that we never actually asked Andrew Krug, is it?
Well, and we can ask him. We can ask it for the next AMA, but I feel like he's just going to go, that's some of the hidden juice in there. We're not going to.
Exactly. It's something we wish we knew, but we'll never know. So, but it's worth asking. I would love to hear how he answers it.
And I think he'd answer, like, well, why is it there? Because, is it there because they don't want you speeding and playing while you're playing, while you're driving, or are they trying to keep spoofers, from being able to game the system?
Right.
So it feels like to me it's more that than the driving thing because, they'll throw up the message. Like Pogo, I think you can can you still spin if you're speeding, but you just can't, like, they won't spawn Pokemon until you slow down enough.
Oh.
I think. Something like that. Maybe you can't spin either. But, yeah, I feel like if it was the other way, they would just cut it off and say if you're going that fast, then the scanner's just going to be scrambled. You can't do anything. You can't even try to recharge. You know, that sort of thing.
Huh.
But I don't know. Like you said, we'll have to ask Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew, are you in the chat this week? Do you want to give us the answer? No? We tried.
Yeah.
But thanks for sending in. I think it's a great theory, and it should go in there with all the rest. And one of them...
And it's worth a shot, too. Like, it's worth trying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Might as well. I guess we'll do one more of these. You want to do this capsule scrap?
From Apostair says, I think it'd be great to have an official solution for tracking unique portal visits and captures. This would help agents work methodically towards their Explorer and Pioneer medals, and also help the agents out there that just want to experience every portal-worthy location in their area. There's a partial implementation in Pokemon Go with an indicator on Pokestops that show you which ones you haven't visited. In Ingress, the Intel map would be the best way to visualize the portals an agent is yet to capture.
Man, this is something we've all wanted for a long time. It's weird that it should remain a mystery about what you've hacked and what you've, upgraded and what. I mean, should it really be a mystery? Is that part of the game? Is that part of the strategy or the difficulty? I don't know. But to me,
or is
after
it just
playing,
not in the tech?
Right? Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. After being, I was gonna say playing Ingress, but Ingress isn't a game. After being an agent for so long, for so many years, that's something I've always wished existed. So that's kind of one of my number ones. I love uniques. I love getting uniques and the adventure to go find them and go across town and get them. That's kind of lost unless you're like, building a spreadsheet or something. And like,
well, there's new portals every day too. And it's like,
that's true.
I think that's a new one.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
For sure. So I'm going to have to go over there and hack it. Oh, no. I just forgot about that one.
Right? It'd be reinvigorating too, because you'd be like, oh, wow, look at all this stuff I have to do. It's like getting achievements in any game. It's like, to be a completionist, you have to drive all over town and get them all. Like, I'd love to know that I've hacked everything in my hometown. Like, that would be awesome. I could do that. Anybody could do that. Just enough intel is all we need,
Yeah. Well, I think it would be cool to add some other demarcations to portals, like letting other agents know that this is a crazy awesome portal because of like the view or because of the history of it or something. And so like if you're going through and you say, oh, wow, this portal has 4 billion stars for some reason. What is it? And maybe you could read comments and stuff about the portals and
that's a cool idea.
And go, I need to go see that one. I'm going to get up and move.
I like that idea. I hadn't thought about that. Like being able to comment on portals and review them and stuff. Like, that's a cool one. Man, you just have all these capsule ideas left and right, and I don't have squat.
Well, these things happen. So awkward.
That's the end of it.
That's the end of that one. So
Agents, it appears we have found something interesting. Media acquired.
So, this week, and I kind of saved this to the last and see if I can get through this, but lost a good friend a couple weeks ago, June 26th, Agent Semiotic. He died in a tragic accident, and there's a GoFundMe page to help his family out. So if you would like to go to gofundme.com/5RC578, and then it's an O, I believe. We'll have it in the show notes. But go there, help out if you can. He was an incredible guy, and he was an enlightened agent through and through, and just go there. And it's kind of why we're doing a short show today. We're just trying to get back into it, and just to be able to talk about Ingress and try to have a fun, uplifting show. It's kind of difficult right now, but we'll get back there, and join us next week for more Ingress stuff.
See you next time.